Everyone, so it is September 26th, 2019, and I guess I'm just making this video so that you guys can get to know a little bit more about me, because right now I've basically just been posting random videos about myself, and you really don't know anything about me. So my name is Cassandra Height. I was born in Minnesota, raised in Wisconsin. I've lived in the same town my entire life, which consists of 600 people. In my last video I mentioned that I graduated with a class of 23 or 27 people, not hundreds people, like 27 individuals. Seriously, my high school, my senior year, was less than 100 people. So there's good and bad things to growing up in a small town, in a small school, mostly because I didn't have as many opportunities as a bigger school provides. I don't consider my school to be, I don't think it inhibited me at all. I don't feel that way, because everything that I wanted to do in high school, I got to do. And the great thing about being in a small town, in a small school, is that teachers and classes are a little bit different. So instead of having one teacher do high school social studies for freshmen, just having that teacher freshman year for that one class, I had teachers who taught me all 4 years. So I really got close to my high school teachers. There's a couple of them, it's actually just one. I actually see her I've seen her quite a few times since I graduated high school. We're still really close, and I mean, she's awesome. She's been a huge supporter of mine, and it's been huge just for me in general. So yeah, that's a little bit about my upbringing, but mainly I'm a writer. And you probably gathered that a little bit from my previous videos about me talking about moving to Los Angeles. So I've been planning this move since I was 13, and that's when I started writing. I had actually watched the movie The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds so many times that I could quote the entire last scene by heart. And I got bored with the movie, so I decided to write a sequel myself. That lasted about a day. But I mean, that got the ball rolling. I started writing scripts nonstop since then. That was December 2010. I graduated high school 2016. But yeah, so I started writing when I was 13. And then I started writing online stories for fanfiction.net, which is a website where you can write about characters you ship, or just about random characters. You can do crossovers with books and movies and TV shows, pretty much anything, video games. I'm more into television, so I did a lot of Law & Order SVU. Recently I'm into House of Cards and Sons of Anarchy, I recently, last spring, I read Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal, because I like Clarice and Hannibal together. I'm a little crazy. I'm actually a lot crazy, but I enjoy myself. Anyway, I started writing on there when I was a freshman. I have like 104 stories on there now. I still write for the website, not as much as I did in high school, or in middle school, both. But I still write for the website, and I mean, just looking from my first story to my most recent story, you can see a huge difference. But yeah, so anyway, I started writing when I was 13. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with writing. I just knew I wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I knew I wanted to write, at that point, I kind of thought I wanted to write movies. And I stuck with that for a couple of years. And then my junior year, the summer between my junior and senior year of high school, I watched a little known show called Sons of Anarchy. Love that show so much. I watched the entire series except for the last 6 episodes because my favorite character dies. I basically binge watched the entire thing in a month, and I was so inspired by that TV show. I loved it so much, and just the intricate storylines and characters that you can't always do with movies, just because there isn't enough time to get into that much detail with your characters. I decided that I wanted to write for television, so my entire senior year I wrote my own motorcycle club TV show. Like, I don't know, there's probably, I think there's I wrote 20 some episodes. I skipped right to like season 4. So yeah, there's a few episodes I've written of that. But when I graduated high school, I ended up going to Full Sail University. I did online because the college is in Florida. I live up here in Wisconsin. So cost-wise, knowing that I wanted to move to Los Angeles, and knowing the school was the school is not extremely expensive, but for how quick you go through it, it is a little bit. If you went by year, it'd be probably about, I don't know, $23,000 a year, I would say, but it's like full years. So Full Sail does things a little bit differently, and I love Full Sail for this. They give you pretty much 1 month of break per year. You get 1 week for the fall, 1 week for winter, and etc. You go all year round. So I did online schooling, so you had 1 month you had 1 class per month. So it's basically a semester's worth of classwork jam-packed into a month. So a month's worth of classwork was compacted into a week, and that's how I did college, and it was January through December. So I started college September 2016, and I graduated December 14th of last year, 2018. So it's pretty awesome. But I went to school to write for television. I actually found out about Full Sail when I was in middle school, and I had a phone interview with them, but I kind of forgot about it. When I was a junior, I actually was planning on going to college in the cities because they had some classes for media entertainment writing, and then I don't remember how I got back to Full Sail, but I did. And the great thing about, I know I'm sounding really biased right now. I am biased, let's face it. It's my school. I love it. I mean, I didn't even go there, and I love it. But I mean, it's just an amazing school. And I mean, because like, I know all my other siblings. I have 4 siblings. I have 3 brothers and a sister. So that's something else you can know about me. I have 2 older brothers, an older sister, and a younger brother. And I have some nieces and nephews. Yeah. Well, we are not going to get into that right now. But yeah, so all my other siblings, I know that a big thing they didn't like about college is that there were classes that they had to take generals, and it wasn't towards their degree. The good thing about Full Sail is that every class that you take, even your generals, are geared towards your degree. So like, I went to school to be a writer, but I mean, they introduce you to the other job titles. I'm not sure what you would call them at this point, but they introduce you to the other career paths you could take while in the entertainment industry, because there are so many people out in Los Angeles who are not just actors, or not just writers, or not just directors. They hold many titles, and that's kind of something I want to do. I mean, writer is first and foremost. I wouldn't be opposed to being in my own shows because I love my characters, and no one knows the characters better than the writers, because I literally have the Bible for them. I wouldn't be opposed to directing either, because when I'm writing, I'm picturing everything as it happens. So I won't be opposed to that either. good thing about Full Sail is that your generals are geared towards your degree. So when I had my science course, it was basically physics. When I had my science class, you had problems like, okay, here's a shotgun, it has this much power, it fires with this much kinetic energy, and it's gonna hit this person with a mass index of this. I'm actually surprised I know those terms still. I took physics in high school too, so I have a little bit behind me. But anyway, so those were like my problems in science class for Full Sail, which worked out really well. So yeah, like I highly recommend Full Sail to anybody who's looking to be a writer or there's great video game degrees, great music degrees. Full Sail was actually recognized for their music and video game department recently. But a lot of graduates, they work on really cool movies. Like I know a lot of them worked on one of the new Star Wars movies. I'm not sure which one. I think it's The Force Awakens. But yeah, they're like Full Sail alumni are everywhere. And they're working on a lot of really cool things. And I'm really proud that I graduated from Full Sail and I got that online degree. And like I said, it's very quick. I got my bachelor's degree in less than 2.5 years. Just a little over 2 years actually. So it's really great. But anyway, so that's me. I want to be a television writer, and I'm moving out to Los Angeles in January to do that. It's going to be hard because, I mean, going from a town of 600 people to a city where I know no one, where it's literally thousands of people, there's probably millions of people in Los Angeles. I don't know the population. It's going to be different. And it's gonna be scary, but at the same time, I am so freaking excited. Like I said, I've been planning this since I was 13 years old. Like, I'm the little girl who at 5 years old decided she wanted to be a singer. At 7 decided she wanted to be an actress. Those dreams did not, like, singer is not so much anymore, but like those dreams didn't die. Those dreams of going out to Hollywood and making it big, and like what's the word I'm looking for? The stereotypical American dream, I guess you could call it. Like that is my dream. That is what I've been thinking about nonstop for, what is it? It'll be 9 years this December, which is crazy to me. I can't believe I've been writing for that long. But, I mean, when you find what you love, you can't let it go. You can't not do it. You can't stop. Like, seriously, it's the most amazing feeling in the world. And I don't have kids, so that's probably going to be the most amazing feeling in the world once I have kids. But right now it is writing. My stories are my children, my characters. I love my characters. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just awesome. And I'm babbling right now. But I mean, I could literally talk all day about how much I love writing. And I have so many people call me crazy for loving to write. And I fully admit that. I have a t-shirt that says I'm psycho. So I fully agree with that. I do not care. One of my favorite quotes ever is about a writer. And it is, there are a million worlds living inside one writer. And that is why they are insane. Why they are crazy. There's a world living inside of a person. Multiple worlds living inside of a person. Anyway, I'm home. Just got home from work. Like I said, I've been working at Bakes for 5 years. I've been a teller for that long. But yeah. So I don't know how to end this. But anyway, you got to know a little bit about me. And whatever.